Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's live stream. Currently, we are waiting on a few people to show up. Um, I am going to be discussing a few topics tonight. Uh, there's somebody popping in the chat, so let me know if you can hear me, whoever you are. That would be great. A couple people, hey guys, can everybody hear me? I'm assuming I had the stream up. What does that mean, Chris? Loud and clear. Okay, good. All right, so I had the stream set to come on at 8 o'clock, but for some reason it decided it wanted to come on a little bit early. So, Giovanni, how you doing? How you doing? And ways, I love that name, by the way. Glad you guys are here. And an empty living for the month of August. And what I want to do is share the information with you guys on how much it cost me to live this month, or last month, I should say. And I would also love to hear um, any questions that you guys have. Feel free to type them in the chat, and I will be more than happy to answer those questions as we go along. So, got about 10 people in here now, and I'm just going to go ahead and get started with the basics. First, food. I think food and rent are probably the two most important things um, that we could get started on tonight. If at any point during the stream cuts out, um, let me know, guys. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep it moving. Budget per week. That is a great question. My total, and actually, I will divide that by 4. Let me just get through let me get through all the numbers, Monger, and I will provide that information to you. So my food cost this month really went up because I tried to eat really healthy. I'm trying to stay healthy and fit while I'm over here working 40 hours a week is and trying to maintain a YouTube channel, and really I'm traveling on the weekends, and when my like this week on for about 2.5 days, and it's just a lot of travel. It's a lot of back and forth, and it requires staying healthy, sleeping right, eating right. So for the food cost, I spent $550 this month on food. That includes all eating out. That includes every single piece of food I put in my body. So 550 US dollars, or 17,920 baht. That is how much I spent in food for the month of August. Again, that includes all eating out, all fast food, restaurants, groceries for home, etc. Now, the rent here, I actually underestimated just a little bit. Hey, Marine Corps, good to see you. How old are you? If that's not, no, that's not personal. I am 37 years old. The rent for the place that I'm currently living in was 4,000 baht per month. And keep in mind, I'm living in a studio apartment. It does not have a kitchen. It just has a bathroom, and it has a bed with one big room and a refrigerator, and it has a wardrobe. So I'm living pretty cheap, guys, is what I'm trying to tell you. Another 800 baht went to rent and utilities. That is going to be a total of $147.32, or 4,800 baht in total for the month of August. That's in rent and utilities. That includes water. Is very high. Um, I don't know why. It just is. Water is very cheap. I think my water was like 30 baht, and the rest of it was electricity. Now, cell phones. So I have a Thai cell phone and an American cell phone. The Thai cell I use for hotspots my computer. I'm going to address you guys' comments in just a moment. But I use my Thai cell for hotspotting my laptop and my American cell so that I can use the utility apps that I have on it. I have two SIM cards, one from AIS, one from True. The one that I have from AIS is the one that I figured in this month because I paid 2 months on my True cell. The True card that I have is a data only card. It's 12 gigabytes. And the price on that is 599 baht. I don't have the conversion right in front of me, but let's see, that's going to be about almost 20 bucks roughly. So, but we're not counting that. For the Thai cell, I use the AIS card primarily. It gets unlimited data, and that is 1,500 baht per month. And then I spend another 250 on minutes for talk locally in Thailand and text messages. So that came to a total of $53.70. Now that is my entire internet bill, guys. That's the whole internet for the month. That's pretty cheap when you consider you're getting 4G LTE. You know, you can hotspot many devices, laptop, another cell phone, anything else you want to off of it. Let me address a few questions here. 550 is way more than I spend in the US by a lot. Usually I spend around 350, but I kind of treated myself this month. I went out a lot more than I typically do. I spent 3 days in Pattaya this month, so I always eat out when I'm in Pattaya. That kind of jacked the price up a little bit more as well. Giovanni says he only spends $200 a month. I assume you mean that's on food, Giovanni. You're in the Philippines, right? So yeah, food's going to be cheaper, especially if you are living provincially in the Philippines. And you know where I'm living, I could eat a lot cheaper than $550 a month, guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm just telling you that's what I spent this month. 148 for rent is cheap. It is. It's very cheap. Even my 6,000 baht apartment in Bangkok was less than $200 a month. That was good. Yeah. So Giovanni's talking about food. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, definitely in the Philippines, and you can also do that here. But like I said, I did a lot of traveling this past month, guys. And unfortunately, when you travel, you can't cook everything, and that's what happened. What kind of work do you do and earn, Jeremy? Jordy, I will tell you not to. How do I say this? I don't want to be rude in any way, form, or fashion, but my exact job that I do and how much I earn, I'll give you kind of a vague idea. And the reason I do that is because of the trolls that are on YouTube. It has nothing to do with you. If you want to message me personally on Facebook, feel free to, and I'll be glad to tell you anything you want to know. But I work for a government organization and here in Thailand, and I earn roughly about $1,000 a month, give or take. So just to give you a little idea there, $1,000 a month. Thank you, Marine Corps. It's only because of the trolls, guys. It has nothing to do with you trying to avoid your questions or me trying to be a douche or anything like that. So I hope you guys understand. CIA, yeah. You never know. You never know. All right, so moving on. My American cell is $155. It ranges between $125 and $155 a month. Last month, it was $155 US or 5,050 baht. You guys are probably saying, why do I have thank you, Mr. BYN. I appreciate that. You're probably asking, why do I have an American cell phone with a T-Mobile plan? Well, I need to call landlines in America for various things. And you can't Skype call every landline in America. You can't Skype call many things. You can't use WhatsApp. You can't use Viber. You can't use so many of these tools, wonderful tools that we have that use Wi-Fi. You just can't use them to call certain things, landlines. And that's why I keep my American cell. Now, I have a large package with that cell phone. It's the international calling package, and it has unlimited data, but it caps at 256 kilobytes per second. So it's not very fast, which is why I hotspot off my my Thai cell. And there are some other benefits to it too. There's free Wi-Fi on certain airlines that I get with it. It's unlimited text, so I can, people from back home can text me with their American phone. I can text them, no problem. So $155 on American sale. Chris says, be coming to Bangkok this Thursday, September 6th. Have fun, man. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to be somewhere this weekend with work, but I'm not sure where. We may be in Bangkok. If we are, feel free to hit me up. Congrats. Yep. Congrats to Chris for that. And when I was there in 2011, I had the Thai cell phone, and the cost to call USA was 1 minute per byte. It's gone up to between 5 and 7 baht per minute now. But I only use the Thai cell phone to call in Thailand. I make all my other calls with my American phone. Typically, I talk to people on WhatsApp or Viber, even Line. Sometimes I talk to them there, especially if they're in Thailand or neighboring countries. Use the app called Line. Boxer is another app I use to talk to a few of my friends. All of that's Wi-Fi stuff. What's next? The data sim. Oh, I did have the data sim down here. Had it listed. So this is the True SIM card I was telling you about. True is another carrier here in Thailand, and 699 baht or 2150 was what I spent on that, even though I paid it the month before. But we're going to count it in this month because I already have everything totaled. Now, I got my work permit officially this month. And I'm going to tell you the cost on that. Now, so what happens when you you have to have a non-B visa in order to get a work permit. And that non-B visa initially will cost you, it's either 1,900 or 2,000 baht. Now, it's good for 30 days. You cannot renew a non-B visa without a work permit. That's something people get confused about, because the non-B visa states that you're in the country for the purpose of finding a job, or you have a job lined up and you are waiting on the work permit. So the work permit came in, and you have to renew. You get a 1 year non-B visa, but you have to, I forgot exactly what the term they call it is. You have to check in every 90 days. You have to check in with your local immigration office every 90 days. Tell them that, you haven't changed addresses or where you're living, where you're working. And the work permit has actually gotten a little laxed. Don't know if you guys heard the news about that recently, but if you have a work permit now, that work permit is not specific only to the job that you are performing at the location you're performing it at. So if you have a work permit, you can do things now like run a YouTube channel legally, or there are several, as long as you're doing something that is not on the forbidden list, and there is a list called the forbidden list of jobs for foreigners, and you have a work permit, you can do things in Thailand now. And that is just a recent change. In fact, it's only been implemented about 4 weeks, I think. Let me check the comments real quick. Steven says, I'm in fields under an SRRV. Our Thai visas fairly cheap and simple. Thai visas are fairly cheap. Simple, no. The visa process here is far more scrutinous. I don't even know if that's a word, but it's far more scrutinous than the visa process is in the Philippines. In the Philippines, well, you're on an SRRV, so you have to have all the money in the bank, and there's a lot of other requirements for you being on that type of visa. So it may not be, it may be equally as complicated here as it was for you in the Philippines, Stephen. But by all standards and measures, visas here in Thailand are harder to come by. They're harder to maintain, especially a tourist visa in general. Yanni Hospital for minor surgery. Let us know how that goes. Anytime you want to give information about hospitals or anything that I'm not reviewing, Chris, please, by all means, let everybody know the conditions of the hospital. Marine Corps says, yes, I use WhatsApp to talk to my old girlfriend in the Philippines, Messenger to talk to my son. Yep. very good, useful tools. If you're a teacher at one place and have a work permit, can you legally teach someplace else? If you're over 50, visa life is easy, especially if, yes, that's true. Over 50, very true. Your question about teaching somewhere else is a question that I am not qualified to answer. Being as everything is so laxed on the work permit now with the regulations that came out, and you guys can check this out. There was a newspaper in Pattaya. I cannot remember the exact name of it, but if you look for newspapers in Pattaya, they will tell you exactly what you can and cannot do with the work permit now. I'm not 100% sure, but I would think that you would probably be okay if you were, let's say, teaching a full-time job, Monday through Friday during the day, and then you were at a language center or something like that at night. You would probably be okay. But again, I can't swear to that. That is a great question, one that I will have to look at answering. Okay, so the total cost for the 1 year 9B and the work permit was 5,000 baht. That's $153.50. And both of those are good for 1 year. Now, let's talk about hotels. I traveled a lot last month. I spent $200 on hotels, and that's budget hotels. That's not anything over $30 a night. Well, the hotel that I stayed at in Bangkok was with tax. It was like $32 a night. So around $30 a night, nothing more. Most of the hotels I stay at in Pattaya are between 15 to 20 bucks. So did a lot of traveling. 6,516 baht or $200 in hotels. Entertainment includes everything. I told you guys I went in a bunch of bars and visited. I'm going to have a whole dedicated video that talks about walking street, and I'm going to give you guys prices, drink prices, and all other kinds of prices. I've been doing going in these bars, drinking a Coke, and finding out what the prices of alcoholic drinks are and the other prices there. Trying to do some research for you guys that want to come and enjoy that part of Thailand. And I will tell you that along with that entertainment and all the other forms, I went to several live shows and just went out a bunch this month. Really tried to enjoy myself. I spent $300. That's 9,774 baht on entertainment. Let's see what we got here. Best places in Thai to go. Well, so far, Giovanni, I just took a trip to, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Kanchanaburi or something like that. It's in the northwest area. It's about 5 hours northwest of Bangkok, 6 hours northwest of Bangkok. It's near is it Myanmar or Myanmar or Burma? It's near the border. I literally stood 10 feet away from the border but couldn't cross because I didn't have a reentry permit. So, but that was with the work-related trip that we were on. And I have officially seen provincial area. If you have Instagram, you can go over to my Instagram. It's jeremy.clodfelter, and you can see some of the pictures. I actually stayed on a floating hotel. It was pretty cool. All the rooms were separate, and they floated. It was interesting. I was very, very tired, but it was pretty cool. Let's see. Yanni Hospital has got good reputation and competitively priced, especially for cosmetic procedures. I'm actually looking at getting cosmetic stuff done to my teeth because my teeth are just screwed, man. They're bad. So any information you want to pass along about that, Chris, would be much appreciated. Did you have to leave the country as part of your visa and work permit process? No. I had to leave the country in order to get the first non-B visa. The 90-day non-B visa, I had to leave the country to get it. But I did not have to leave the country to get the 1 year non-B visa. That was done by the organization I work for. It was done here in work permit. Was done here in country. All of it took about a month, I think. Yeah, about a month. I've been in Bangkok for almost 6 weeks. Excuse me, guys. I've been in Bangkok for almost 6 weeks and have been averaging $30 per night for hotels that I found to be okay. That's not a bad average. To be honest with you, there is a place called 63 Breakfast Boutique or something like that. It is right near Ekamaya Station. I'm talking to Wang Wen Wai guy. um, I'm addressing your comment. It it's you can get a bathroom, but you can get it for about $32 per night, and it is like directly across the street from Ekamaya, so you can go anywhere. That's like I think 4 stops from Nana, 3 stops from Ascot, or Ascoke, however they say it. Uh, entertainment district is just right down the BTS line there. It's an excellent place to stay, very clean. They have everything you need: refrigerator, hot water shower. Staff is super friendly. You get a breakfast there, so that may be something that you want to look into. I'm not sure what your intentions are on being here, but definitely worth looking at. I think Airbnb. Let's see. I think Airbnb with any substantial time anywhere. Option, Marine Corps, very good option. I use hotels.com because they give me a free night every 10 nights. And either that or Agoda, because sometimes Agoda has really, really good deals on stuff. But Airbnb for long-term stays are very good. What I found though is Airbnb rules change, but with every property. I mean, with every property they change. So, I actually, when I moved to Thailand, the Airbnb that I stayed in for the first week I was here had a curfew. Like I had to be in at 9 p.m. I mean, so you really don't want, if you're trying to enjoy Thailand, you don't want to be in a place that has a curfew. But at the same time, I can understand why people would look at Airbnbs. And Airbnbs are also coming in scrutiny here. Another live stream. I don't know that they're going to be around for sure. For very long, I want to stay for a short term, no, and I'll explain that in another video. My favorite hotel was near the Rangwai BTS, hence the new name. Gotcha. I understand. I get it now. BB, hello. Welcome to the chat. Okay, so let's go to transportation. In total, I spent $49 on transportation. Transportation here is extraordinarily cheap. And that is 1,597 baht. That's going back and forth to Pattaya, going back and forth to Bangkok, every weekend going somewhere, using the minivan system or a bus. So 49, and that also includes being in Bangkok using the MRT and BTS. So very cheap for transportation. If you want to use public transportation here, it's not that hard to do. That also includes gas for my motorbike. And my motorbike, I just filled it up today. I filled it up last week. It takes 80 baht to fill it up, so it's less than $3 per week and I only ride it around the town I live in, but you really can't beat that. $3 per week. And it blew a tire last week. I put a inner tube in it for 200 baht. So, you're talking about $6. Very cheap. Labor's cheap. Pretty good stuff. I can't post the link up here, but do check it out. 10-4. All right. Subscriptions. I have subscriptions to Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Premiere, Adobe Lightroom, Lightroom CC, Lightroom Classic, Boxer subscription, a Apple iTunes subscription, a Microsoft Office subscription, and a few other little things that I pay monthly. That come out, vidIQ for keeping track of stats on YouTube. What else? Epidemic Sound, where I get my music for my videos. All that comes to $80 and 86,635 baht. And that is my entire cost of living. Now I'm going to give you the totals in just a second. Jeremy, which one do you think is better to live in, Thailand or the Philippines, and why? That question depends entirely on the person. Entirely. If you want to live has a more advanced infrastructure, where you have quality internet consistently. You have good highways that are well maintained. You have, credit card system that you can use. Like you can use your debit card and credit card to pay for things here. Then you're going to like Thailand. If you want to live in a basically third world country, even though it's developing and it is coming along, if you want to live in a lower standard of living in general, not the Philippines as a lower standard of country or the people are lower of standard, but if you want to live in a place where it's just less advanced, then the Philippines would be the place for you. It just I wish I could give that, BB. I really do, but I just can't. It entirely depends on what you want out of your Southeast Asian visit. Can you explain the minivan system? I wasn't able to figure it out. I did take one from Cham to Bangkok, but they're all over Bangkok, especially outside shopping centers, but the signs are Thai. So here's what happens. You go into a bus station, and they have minivans or buses, right? And what you do is you go in and tell somebody, just tell them the destination that you want to go to. Don't say anything else, because most of the people, especially if you're in rural Thailand, they're not going to speak English, but they will know the destination. So, for example, if I go to the bus station here and I want to go to Bangkok, I just say Bangkok, and they say Ekamaya, and I say yes, because there's a bus station right at Ekamaya. So I get in the minivan. I pay 160 baht to get from where I'm at to Bangkok. If I want to go to Pattaya, I just say Pattaya. I walk in the bus station, say Pattaya. They direct me to the window, and I hand them 100 baht, and I'm in the minivan to Pattaya. I can also take a bus to Pattaya if I want. It costs a little bit more. So you just walk in, tell them where you want to go, and they will direct you to the window. So when you get to the window, double check with the person at the window and say, hey, this is where I'm looking to go. This is what I want to do. Can you help me out? And they will give you a price. They'll write it on a piece of paper if they don't understand. Always have some type of translating app on your phone, and you can just say the name into your translation app. Don't use Google Translate. Get a different one. And say, Cham or Cham, and spell it in the app and hit convert, and it'll convert it into Thai, and you show it to them and they'll say, and they'll write it on a piece of paper. They'll tell you how much, and then you're out. The mochi, let's see, Thailand feels super safe everywhere I went. I was all over Bangkok. That is another point I would like to make to BB. I feel that Thailand is a much safer country than the Philippines for many different reasons. I feel safe everywhere. When I get off my motorbike here, helmet store, and it's always there when I get back. There's just so many about being in Thailand that the culture is just different, and it's a safer country. It just is. The Mochi bus station isn't on the BTS or MRT. I don't know about the Mochi bus station. I usually don't ride it in that far. I usually stop at Ekamaya and get there's fantastic. Do you have to work 5 or 6 days a week in your job? I know nationally it seems to be a 6-day working week. I work 5 days a week. I'm doing great, man. I hope you are. Hope to get you back on a live stream sometime. Okay, man. See you later. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it very much. So let's talk about the totals for cost of living. People always say you can come to Thailand and live comfortably off month. Well, I'm going to do a whole nother video on the different brackets of what you can and can't live with here in Thailand. But for right now, I'm going to tell you guys this: I spent a lot more money than I usually do. Okay. But $1,710.80 US dollars. So $1,700 last month. 55,741 baht. That's what I spent last month, and I was very happy, very comfortable. Let me address BB. In which country you can be happier. If we consider local people, behavior, cost, nature, food, safety, you already said. Thanks. I'm going to go with Thailand. I'm going to go with Thailand because just me personally, I'm happier in Thailand. I like Thailand better. There's more to do here. Nature, you may find, it's about equal, really. But there are certain things in the Philippines that you just can't get anywhere else on earth when it comes to nature. I've seen some of the most beautiful locations and beauty in the Philippines. I haven't really explored a lot of the quote unquote nature here in Thailand, but I do know that there are some beautiful places here. People behavior, that's kind of a wash for me personally. I think Thailand is going to win that battle, but it's very, very, very close. Food, definitely the Philippines. Definitely the Philippines for food, because the food here is all of it spicy, and I hate spicy food. I mean, it's really, really spicy. My rent in USA for 460 square foot apartment is $1,235. Wow, that's expensive. Hey, Pops, our teenage boys and young men often say "if you" when you're walking on the streets in the Philippines. Yeah, they do. And thanks for keeping your comments clean. By the way, guys, we have to make sure we keep comments clean in the chat section because the last live stream we did got demonetized. YouTube didn't like it. So yes, that does happen, Pops. Unfortunately, I'm not sure why. Giovanni, I'm in the Philippines for 6 weeks and I'm off to Japan for 3 months. Man, please tell me how Japan is. I'm dying to go there one day. How about women or marriage? So I have a video that I would like for you to watch. It's called Dating in Southeast Asia, BB. That will help answer that entire question, because I go through the vast majority of, in fact, I did it on a live stream, but my face is on it. I did it live, where I talk about the differences in Thai and the differences in Filipinas, and there are many. Personally, there are things that I like more about the Filipinas, and there are things that I like more about Thai women. It just depends on what you're after. Again, it's all up to the person. That's like people that ask a cost of living question. Typically, I tell them cost of living is whatever you want it to be. Now, in terms of marriage, I will say something about marriage. Marriage in the Philippines, there is no divorce. So once you're married, you're married. Like, your ass is stuck. And that's just the way it is. Here, there is divorce. And here, you can also get married without having to go through, unless you marry, a Thai lady that's super traditional and very young, you can get paper married. You get married on paper, and you don't have to have a big, huge wedding or anything. I believe an annulment is even possible here in Thailand. I believe. I'm not 100% on that, but I would say that the quality of women in terms of just overall character is going to be a wash. It's going to be the same for both countries. It just depends on, outside of that, what you're looking for in a woman. In Thailand, you're never likely to hear a crossword, even in Bangkok traffic. That's true. That's very true. If you're in the Philippines, you're hearing horns blow all the time, guys. All the time. Horn, 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 all the time. Roosters crowing. I mean, it's a very noisy country. Here in Thailand, rarely do you hear people blowing the horn at other people. You don't see people yelling at people on the road, even though the driving is absolutely crazy. So if you have road rage, I recommend Thailand for you. Can we marry one Thai and one Phil at the same time? Whether Thailand or the Philippines. If one is in Thailand, I guess you could, BB. I'm not sure. I don't see any reason why you couldn't. But once you get married to the Filipina, you are married to the Filipina. Getting out of that is an extraordinarily difficult process, and it costs a lot of money. I know one gentleman who has been through that. So while it's still costly here in Thailand, getting out is, I would venture to say much easier than it is in the Philippines. And in terms of looking for women, the Philippines and Thailand is not really a whole lot of difference when it comes to women that want to be financially stable. Women here, women there, countries are mostly, I'm not for your money, but they're interested in you because you're a foreigner and they assume that you have money. Most of the time. That's for the vast majority. That's not speaking of everyone. It's really doing my head in traffic in Manila. It's so noisy. Yeah, Manila is nuts, Giovanni. It is. Manila is just like Cebu both. I spent a lot of time in Cebu, and Cebu was, insane. I mean, insane. And the thing about the difference in the traffic in Thailand versus the Philippines is road rage aspect of it. Like here in Thailand, even when people get angry, they just kind of shake their head a little bit and they keep going. In the Philippines, if you make somebody mad, it's very possible that they're going to jump out of the car and come after you. I mean, I've seen it happen many times. The big frustration for me was trying to walk around with some sense of urgency. Interview is slow walking because their faces are buried in their cell phones. That's so true. So true. I often joke that places like Bangkok and Pattaya should have walking police. People should be given some kind of ticket for for not walking properly. Everyone's head is buried in the cell phone. I even found that to be true in the Philippines as well, but more so here, I would say. I would definitely say it's much more of a problem here in Thailand. So I kind of want to start to wrap this thing up a little bit. I want to start working on an edit for a video, and I want to tell you guys kind of what's coming up this week. I have a video from my trip that I took over the weekend that will be coming out. I also am going to try to do a live stream with the vlogger from the Philippines, although I'm pretty sure he won't come on with me. I wish he would, but if I can get him to do it, we're going to do a cost of living Thailand versus the Philippines live stream. If not, I'm going to do a cost of living in Thailand video, just like I did in the Philippines. I did a cost of living in 2018 in the Philippines, and that video has about, I think about 45,000 views now. I'm going to do the same thing for Thailand. And basically what I did was go through brackets. Like if you make from 900 to 1,200, expect this kind of lifestyle. If you make 1,500 to 2,000, expect this kind of lifestyle. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I've been here long enough that I can, and I've experienced enough with enough expats to be able to give you that information with confidence. I think that that will be helpful for many people. So my total expense in August, Jordy, was $1,710 US dollars, or 55,741 baht. Again, that was a lot more than average. Typically, I do not spend that much money, but I had a lot of things come up last month, including the 1-year 9B and the work permit. That was in and of itself was $153. So a little extra cost there. Aaron, thanks for taking the time. I head home on Wednesday. Typhoon in Japan doesn't mess me up. Put it back soon. Definitely keep. All right, man. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on. And please, anytime I'm on live stream, let me know how Japan works out. I'm definitely interested in coming there sometime. Yes, Jordy, that is a lot of loot for sure. Do you think you will be getting a Facebook group going at some point? I already have a Facebook group, Giovanni. I just haven't had that Facebook group is probably most likely going to be connected to a Patreon campaign. And that Patreon campaign is going to offer you additional content. Daily kind of works like Instagram story, where it stays up for 24 hours and then it goes away. So I'm going to offer a Facebook group. I'm going to offer access to an app called Signal, in which instead of message me through Signal, I'm going to give you priority response. I'm going to be putting behind the scenes stuff in that Facebook group and in Signal for you guys. And it's going to be, the Patreon is going to be $2 a month. So I'm just telling you right now. In fact, the Patreon is already up. If you're interested in looking at the content that's going to be produced, you can go to patreon.com/Jeremy Clodfelter and you can see for yourself. But that's not going to be, I'm not sure that the Patreon thing is something I'm going to do long term. I may try it out just to see if it works. If not, I'll just have the Facebook group and we'll just start a Facebook group without paying for anything, and everybody can get together and chat and have a good time. I'm looking at ways to continue to build the channel. In order to do that, a little extra financial help is always necessary. And $2 a month for additional content, I don't feel is unfair. Dave, another advantage of Thailand is ease of transportation, being it's a nice public rail system, and Philippines has many ferries. I agree with you, Dave. Definitely. How long does it take to get tired of women and drinking in Thailand? Well, I don't drink, BB, so drinking, I couldn't tell you. The women, I don't think you ever really get tired of women. I mean, I don't think you ever get tired of trying to meet women. You're always trying to meet women that are good women, unless you're into women that are not good women, and that's, those are readily available. Giovanni, you asked about the Facebook group. If you go over to it is a private, unlisted Facebook group. If you go over to Patreon and you sign up for the $2 a month thing, you will get access to that group. I can't give the name of it on here, or I would. Sorry. Or you can message me privately on Facebook Messenger, and I can tell you more information about that. Okay, Jordy, see ya. I think that's about it for tonight, guys. Like I said, I have a few things coming up this week for you. I'll try to get another live stream in at some point. I like keeping you guys up to date with what's going on. I have another work-related seminar I have to go to this coming weekend, so I won't be doing any special traveling, but of course I will be documenting my travels there. Oh, and I wanted to tell you guys, I finally bought a gimbal for my camera, so there's going to be a lot more smooth, a lot more professional looking video coming your guys' way. I bought a Feiyu A2000. It was $580. But it's a very expensive gimbal, but it's going to last me for a long time, and it's going to enable me to do a lot of things that I have not been able to do. So be looking forward to some videos, guys. In fact, I used the gimbal in a few parts of the next video that will be coming out, which is a video about my trip that I took this weekend. Marine Corps, thanks, man. I guess you're headed out of here. I appreciate you dropping by as always. Thanks so much. Get a beer soon, Giovanni. Absolutely. I said there. See you next time on live stream for sure. Thanks for dropping in. Serious about my question. If anyone thinks I'm trying to be funny, not at all, please. Which question, BB? How long does it take to get tired of women or drinking? I can't, like I said, I can't tell you about drinking, but the women part. I mean, if you go to somewhere like Pattaya, or if you go to Soy Cowboy in Bangkok, or Nana Plaza, or anywhere else, and you get her girls, it doesn't take very long to get tired of them, because they're there to work. They're there to make money. They don't care about you. Don't ever feel like that they care about you. Don't ever make that mistake. So it's easy to get tired of them there for sure. In terms of getting tired of dating women, like if you use a dating app like Thai Friendly or Date in Asia or Filipino Cupid, something like that, it can become very cumbersome trying to decipher which girl you want to date. So I have to say that, it really depends on you. It depends on how much you're willing to depends on how much you're willing to put up with. Said all members. Got you, man. I understand, BB. And you. But besides me. Like your comments, Richard, I assume you're talking to me, so thank you. But I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up, Facebook Messenger, or leave a comment in the comment section below anytime. I'm going to end the live stream here. Everyone take care and have a wonderful night. I will talk to you later in the week.